Hello and welcome to Camp Xbox, where we talk about all things Xbox from the original to the Series X, and today we're diving into the world of original Xbox Live arcade games with Hamsterball. And it's my first time on this channel discussing an Xbox Live arcade game that was released for the original Xbox, and it's worth noting that this console had a very small selection of arcade titles that were designed to provide shorter experiences at a lower price point. And Xbox Live Arcade launched on the OG Xbox on November 3rd, 2004. However, since it was released only a year before the Xbox 360 launch, the platform did not receive as many games as expected and ended up only just having over 30 titles, and that's including Japanese-only releases. But I will say Xbox Live Arcade was still an important addition to the original Xbox because it offered a new way to release games. Most console games then were only available on physical media. Xbox Live Arcade allowed for digital distribution of smaller, arcade-style games at a lower price point. It's part of the reason digital gaming is so important to this day, and why we got so many amazing Xbox Live Arcade games on the 360. And I was intrigued by the selection of games and the rich history of these titles. I decided to try out this one. This is Hamsterball, which has stood out to me with its catchy name and interesting visuals. Hamsterball was developed by Raptisoft and was also released on PS3 and PC platforms. Surprisingly enough, there isn't a lot of information available about the Xbox version of this game. Besides a few YouTube videos and old articles, it's hard to dig anything up. However, I did manage to find out that Hamsterball was actually available at the launch of the Xbox Live Arcade with a price point of $10. And in Hamsterball, you play as a hamster inside of a ball, and your objective is to navigate through an obstacle course from top to bottom without falling off the edges or getting hit by obstacles. This game draws comparisons to Marble Madness with a very, very similar concept of rolling through a course while avoiding obstacles in a timed manner. In Hamsterball, players have multiple modes to choose from, and the main one I played was the campaign mode. The game features a total of 12 levels, each with its own unique touch and variety. There are 3 difficulties to choose from, with the easiest, called Pipsqueak, has no enemies. The normal difficulty includes the enemies, and then the last difficulty shortens the time limit down for you to reach the end. The game is a speedrun type game where players must complete all of the levels in the allotted amount of time given to you. And I'll be honest, the easy mode is quite simple. You will be able to finish it in maybe about 3 tries. But as soon as you hit the normal mode, things start to heat up, and the difficulty ramps up, and it's honestly a fun bit of challenge. And as you progress through the game's campaign mode, you'll unlock time trial challenges that offer a fun diversion and an opportunity to improve your skills on these courses. However, these trials aren't where the meat of the game is. There's also a party mode that includes only 2 different game modes. One of these modes is a knockoff style minigame found in other party games like Fusion Frenzy and Mario Party, where you have a ball and you just try to knock the other balls off of the course. The other mode is a simple 2-player racing game, which isn't really remarkable, but it's a nice touch that adds a little bit more depth to this game. In terms of gameplay, I believe Hamsterball performs quite well, and it follows the tried and true formula of Marble Madness, and the control stick movement is responsive. There is not much by way of complexities here. It's really only about movement through levels, and it does a good job of having solid handling and works with the movement element. They were able to hone the controls down well. There are really solid levels here. The level design is impressive. One of my favorites is Odd, which has you navigate up walls and at odd angles. It really gives you a new, unique perspective on these levels. And then another favorite of mine is Tubes, which has you kind of pick between multiple tubes, and it takes you on a wild route where one might be easier, one might be harder, and it's kind of up to luck or practice. I will say the game design is not stunning, but it is consistent, and the simplistic style works well for this type of game. It looks like a cartoon and builds up the vibe of the bright, colorful world, and I like that about it. Overall, I think the whole experience of this game is solid and enjoyable. The game's sound design adds an overall child-friendly vibe with its use of classic cartoon sound effects, which I always find funny, and it has the classic chomping noises or the bonking hit noises that we've heard a lot in a lot of our favorite childhood classics. Funny enough, it's hard to get tired of these sound effects for me. The music is composed by Peter Hajba and is also a standout feature of this game. It's actually stunning. I was really surprised, and it explores a variety of different genres, including some fun electronic anthems. In my opinion, the soundtrack is a hidden gem in the world of video game soundtracks. It's unfortunate that this game is kind of hidden away in gaming history because the music deserves more recognition. And overall, Hamsterball is a surprisingly solid arcade release. You're really only looking at 2 to 3 hours of playtime, maybe even less. However, this makes it for a perfect, short, bite-sized digital service game. While I don't think it's anything brilliant, I do believe it's a hidden gem for Xbox Live Arcade. It's a cute and charming little game that is a fun pick up and play. I highly recommend checking Hamsterball out. And if you enjoyed this review, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also leave a comment below if you enjoyed the video, if you've played Hamsterball, or if you have any favorite Xbox Live Arcade games. I would love to hear from you. But I'll see you here next time at Camp Xbox.